Magandang araw na naman po sa inyong lahat at maligayang pagbabalik sa bahay ni Teacher Racky. Okay, tayo sa panibagong video para sa pagpapatuloy ng ating RPMS serye 2023. Nakatapos na tayo ng tatlong objective and now we're on to objective number 4 of the RPMS tool para sa mga proficient teachers or yung mga teachers 1 to 3. At syempre, kagaya ng nakagawian na natin, umpisahan natin ang ating video through our pa-shoutout. Bilisan na natin to para hindi humaba ang ating video. Unahin ko na si Sir Rodel Benedicto po, Head Teacher 5 ng Division of Occidental Mindoro Secondary Level. Okay, hello po Sir Rodel Benedicto. Thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. And then we also have from Ma'am Linza Navarro. Thank you, Teacher Racky. You're welcome po. From Ma'am Eufemia Dolores. Thank you for this wonderful video, Teacher Racky. You're welcome as always. And from Ma'am Hasmin Tuba. Thank you po, Teacher Racky, our guidance in RPMS. We are guided and we learned a lot. God bless you po. Thank you so much po. Okay, we have here another one from Ma'am Eufemia Dolores. Ito, medyo nahuli ng pa-shoutout to nung last video eh. So, pero ito, yabol natin. Good evening, another joyful learning experience. Pa-shoutout ulit sa aming principal, Dr. Lucy Castelo Rimando. Sa lahat ng mga teachers, especially Araling Panlipunan Grade 7 Curriculum sa Zamboanga City High School sa Zamboanga City. Thank you. Okay, so hello po sa principal ng Zamboanga City High School, si Dr. Lucy Castelo Rimando. Hello po. Thank you for watching. Maraming salamat. At sa lahat po ng teaching and non-teaching personnel ng Zamboanga City High School. Ayan. Lalong-lalo na yung mga teachers from Araling Panlipunan Grade 7. Hello po sa inyong lahat. Thank you for watching. We also have from Ma'am Grace Irene Rebuyas. Happy weekend, Teacher Racky. Thanks again for sharing this for us. Hello po. Thank you so much din. From Ma'am Sonny Azucena. Happy weekend, Teacher. Thank you, Ma'am, for this video. You're welcome po. And then we also have here from Ma'am Menchi Monte. Good day po, Teacher Racky. Thank you so much for the big help in this new RPMS. Just asking how and where can I find this template. Thank you so much. God bless you more. Ma'am Menchi, just scan through the videos sa ating YouTube channel po, Teacher Racky YouTube channel. Scan nyo lang po yung ating mga videos yan. Andyan lang po yan, di po yan mawawala. Just watch the videos and follow the instructions. Another one from Ma'am Myra Manogid. Hi! Medyo mahaba-habang paliwanagan but hindi ko binitawan ang pakinig bagkus aking pangapong inulit-ulit for more digestion and absorption of the topic. In this objective po kasi, ang weakness ko po on how to fabricate activities for my students to engage on concepts that requires HOTS HOTS or higher ordered thinking skills. Super linaw po na explanation. Ikaw na talaga, idol ko. Laking tulong po talaga sa akin. God bless you po, Teacher Racky, idol. Thank you so much po. Maraming salamat. And we also have from Sir RB Christian Tolentino. Thank you po, ma'am. God bless. And we also have from Jose Brazil Vencito. Thanks po, Teacher Racky. My objective number 3 na. Thanks po a lot. And from Ma'am Zenny Villanueva. Thanks sa info. Sana wag magsawa sa pag-share, Teacher Racky. Thanks, Zenny. Huwag po kayong magalala. Hindi po tayo magsasawa. And another one from Ma'am Bernadette Irma Cabalya. Hello po. Happy weekend po. Thank you for sharing. Yes, and from Ma'am Clarissa de Guzman, can I have a copy of RPMS template? Thanks po, Teacher Racky. Yes, you can. I'm giving this away for free po talaga. Just watch the videos and follow the instructions on how to request for free templates. And another one from Sir Jose Brazil Vencito. Thanks po sa very good explanation, ma'am. Nagiging clear po ang lahat. From Santa Cruz National High School, San Miguel, Leyte po. Wow, ang layo nito ni Sir. Hello po sa lahat ng teachers and non-teaching personnel from Santa Cruz National High School, San Miguel, Leyte. Hello po sa inyong lahat. We have another one from Myra Manogid. Correction please sa pronunciation po ng place po namin. Bugaw as in Bugaw po. Bugaw, okay. Again, pa-shoutout po ulit sa Bugaw National High School Canteen Managers, Ma'am Ellen, Ma'am Hazel, Ma'am Melody, Ma'am Diana. Sa pamangkin ko, si Ma'am Kathleen. Sa anak ko, si Ma'am Ella, Ma'am Jeline, Sir Ray, and Sir Roger po. Thanks po and God bless po. Wow, okay. So, sorry po sa wrong pronunciation So, everybody from Bugao National High School, lalo-lalo na ang mga canteen managers, Ma'am Ellen, Ma'am Hazel, Ma'am Melody, Ma'am Diana, sa pamangkin ni Ma'am Myra na si Ma'am Kathleen, sa anak niya si Ma'am Ella, Ma'am Jeline, Sir Ray, and Sir Roger. Hello po sa inyong lahat. Happy viewing. And then, we also have from Ma'am Christina Torla. Maraming salamat po, Teacher Racky. You're welcome. Hi, this is from P6 Made Easy. Hi ma'am, pwede po ba sa extend lang ma-observe or ipasok ang sa objective 6? Thanks ma'am. Medyo nalito ako sa question na to pero nagkaliwanagan na kami. So kung pwede daw ba yung objective 6 sa extend lang ng 7 E's lesson plan mailagay, maipasok para sa kanyang classroom observation. I would say yes po, pwede po yan kasi hindi naman po natin kayang ipasok yung 6 na objective sa bawat part ng ating lesson plan. So dapat ang importante mag-appear po ang bawat objective, bawat classroom or indicator sa ating buong lesson delivery. Okay? Basta nakita yan, na-deliver nyo yan during classroom observation, pasok po yan, kahit nasa ang part pa po yan. Next one from Menchi Monte. Paano po mag-avail sa mga template? Please po, thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you so much din po. And please din po, pakiwatch po ang ating video. Kung mabubuo nyo lang, panoorin ang ating video, I'm sure maiintindihan nyo, magigets nyo agad kung paano mag-request ng template. Ano po? Just watch the video and you'll be guided. You'll be properly guided. Hindi po kayo maliligaw. And then, we also have from Ma'am Consuelo Zaldivia. Pa-share po ng free template, please. Yes po, sure po. Just follow the instructions. Another one from Sir Jose Brazil Vencito. Ma'am, ang template po, please, yung green po. Thanks po lahat. Hi! Just follow the instruction po and I'll be very willing to send you the copy. And another one from Maria Consuelo Zaldivia. Hello po, Teacher Racky. Hello din po sa inyong lahat at maraming salamat po sa inyong pakikinig at panonood ng ating video tutorials tungkol sa RPMS 2023. And with that, wag na tayong magpaligoy-ligoy pa. Diretso na tayo sa ating topic for today, Objective 4 of the RPMS tool for Proficient Teachers. So we are still discussing RPMS tool for Teacher 1 to 3, Proficient Teachers. This is for school year 2022 to 2023. Now, we are on to Objective 4, Manage Classroom Structure to engage learners individually or in groups in meaningful exploration, discovery, and hands-on activities within a range of physical learning environments. So, ibig sabihin po, for this objective, kailangan po maipakita natin during our classroom observation na we were able to manage a classroom structure. Yung pong structure mismo ng ating classroom are beneficial or it should be aligned to whatever individual or group activities that we're planning for our lesson that would engage our learners into meaningful exploration, discovery, and hands-on activities within a range of physical learning environments. So, ma-encourage natin sila to explore, discover, and do hands-on activities because of the classroom structure that we put up for our lesson. So, yun yung objective natin. Now, this is under KRA 2, Learning Environment and Diversity of Learners. So, our objective number 4 is again a classroom observable indicator. Kaya po ang ating means of verification is our classroom observation tool rating sheet or inter-observer agreement form. With that, let us remind everybody again, the guidelines for classroom observation for this school year 2022 to 2023, only 2 classroom observations are required, which will be conducted in the last 2 quarters, one for 3rd quarter and another one for the 4th quarter. Now, the figure 5 provides for the schedule and distribution of the identified classroom observable indicators that shall be observed across quarters for proficient teachers. Let us proceed to figure 5, the schedule and distribution of classroom observable indicators. Kung mapapansin nyo po, our classroom observable indicators 1 to 3, which is our objective 1 to 3 sa ating RPMS po, should be observed during both 3rd and 4th quarter. Pero pagdating po sa classroom observable indicator number 4, ito pong dinidiscuss natin, it should only be rated on the 3rd quarter classroom observation. Katulad po ng classroom observable indicator 5 and 6. So, ito pong tatlo na to, during 3rd quarter classroom observation lang po i-rate. So, isang classroom observation tool, rating sheet, or inter-observer agreement form lang po ang kailangan natin for this objective. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, ito po ang ating waiting sheet again for our for Proficient Teachers at ang ating objective number 4, manage classroom structures to engage learners individually or in groups in meaningful exploration, discovery, and hands-on activities within a range of physical learning environment. So, ibig sabihin, kailangan pong maipakita natin during our classroom observation na na-manage natin ang structure ng ating classroom para engage or ma-motivate ang ating mga estudyante to explore, discover, and do hands-on activities, individually man or in group, diba? Within a range of physical learning environment, within a physical learning environment that would be our classroom or somewhere else kung saan magte-take place ang learning. So, we have to make sure that we show that to our observer because our goal is always to get the highest possible score. Now, we go back to our objective number 4, manage classroom structure to engage learners individually or in groups in meaningful exploration, discovery, and hands-on activities within a range of physical learning environment. So that is our objective number 4. Paano natin to ma-achieve? We will be guided by PPST 2.3.2 module. So sabi dyan sa notes, PPST Resource Package Module 4 offers illustrative and instructive information that can help creators achieve this objective. So yun po ang i-discuss natin that would help us achieve objective number 4. So this is PPST Module 4, ayan po, and our Module 4 will discuss how to manage individually or in groups in meaningful exploration, discovery, and hands-on activities within a range of physical learning environments. By the way, ito pong ating PPST resource package na ginagamit natin for discussion of each objective can be downloaded through Google Chrome po. I-search lang po natin yung PPST resource package and it will come up to different modules po. Pwede po natin i-download for further information. Okay? So, as proficient teachers, we do not allow the form of behavior shown above to happen in our classroom. Yes, our learners are busily doing different activities but they are focused on learning. So itong ganitong nagkakagulong mga estudyante, may nagagalit, may natutuwa, and they don't seem like they are listening to the teacher. We do not want to happen this on our classroom. We never want this to happen to our classroom. As part of our depth admission, we'd like to ensure that our learners are in a child-friendly, safe, and motivating environment by establishing sets of routines and procedures in the classroom. More importantly, we know that classroom management does not end with managing learners' behavior. We also manage our classroom structure and activities because we aim for a classroom that runs smoothly so that maximum learning can be attained. Okay? So part ng ating depth admission is to ensure our learners are in child-friendly, safe, and motivating environment. So, ibig sabihin, bukod sa pag-establish po ng different routines and procedures and guidelines sa ating classroom, aside from that, it is also our responsibility to manage our classroom structure at pati na rin ang mga activities na binibigay natin sa ating mga estudyante. Okay? We have to make sure that our classroom and the activities that we ask our students to do would run smoothly. Okay? Maayos ang pag-execute. Okay? To be sure that our learners are in a child-friendly, safe, and motivating environment. In this module, we will see how we can enrich our skills in managing classroom structure and activities. So yun yung focus natin for objective number 4. To enrich our skills, develop more our skills in managing classroom structure and activities. As part of an enabling and supportive environment, we encourage you from time to time to think of ways to better enhance the practices that are contained in this module. So the only way we can enhance this is to keep on practicing. So let us proceed first to the key concept for this objective. So we have 2. Classroom structure. This refers to the physical setup of the learning environment, which generally includes the arrangement of chairs, tables, and other equipment in the classroom designed to maximize learning. So yun yung tinutukoy na classroom structure. The physical setup of the learning environment. Okay? Classroom activities, on the other hand, these are activities that the teacher intends to use based on the lesson objectives, which can be discovery learning activities that require learners to draw on their past and existing knowledge to discover facts, relationships, and new knowledge to be learned, or hands-on learning activities that require physical participation of learners to construct, consolidate, or explain concepts, or a meaningful exploration that leads to learners' full understanding of concepts and how they relate to other concepts. So these are the different classroom activities that we can ask our students to do during our class delivery or lesson delivery. Okay? So dito lang tayo magpo-focus for this objective. So let us take this example. Pag-aralan natin itong example na to. Teacher Ads is a 6th grade math teacher. Though she handles large classes, she makes it a point to prepare her classroom based on the activities that she prepared for the day. To highlight her competency on managing classroom structure and activities, she prepared her math fix lesson on calculating speed, distance, and time, and then turned her classroom into a racing area with multiple racetracks to ensure understanding of the concept of speed. However, her observer took note of the following. Let us take a look at the observer's notes. Observation note. The teacher made sure that the concept of the relationship among time, distance, and speed was clear to the learners when she grouped the learners to play with pulled back cars on improvised racetracks and assigned them to record the time and the distance traveled. However, the pupils, probably due to overexcitement, were not listening to the teacher's instructions, and that motivation activity alone ate up almost the whole period. Nevertheless, I commend the teacher for preparing such an engaging activity. Okay? So nakita natin yung activity na prepare ni Teacher Ads. It looks like really engaging and motivating to her students. But on the other hand, the observer took note of how it has been delivered. Now let us analyze how this activity worked. Was Teacher Ads able to efficiently manage the classroom structure? Na-manage ba niya yung classroom structure? I guess yes, because she was able to organize the chairs so that it would appear like a racetrack para ma-appreciate ng mga students. But was Teacher Ads able to efficiently manage the classroom activities? Yun yung tanong. According to the observer's note, medyo na-overexcite ang mga estudyante to the point that they don't listen to the teacher anymore. So, I personally believe that the activities was not efficiently managed, okay? So, kasi hindi siya naging manageable. I mean, the students were not manageable enough to listen to the teacher. At the same time, sabi ni observer, nag-exceed sila ng time. Yung lang mismo activity na yon has consumed most of the time allotment, di ba? Another one. What do you think Teacher Ads can do to address this comment from her observer? However, the pupils, probably due to overexcitement, were not listening to the teacher's instructions, and that motivation activity alone ate up almost the whole period. Okay? So ano kaya ang pwedeng gawin ni Teacher Ads para may correct or para maayos itong comment ni observer? So hindi na daw nakikinig yung mga bata sa instruction ni teacher at naubos na yung oras dito lang sa motivation activity pa lang. So I guess there are some rules that we have to follow bilang teacher on setting up activities. We will discuss that later. Number 3, if you were to teach the same lesson, how would you show your skills in managing classroom activities and structure in the classroom? Would you restructure the classroom based on the activities? Would you change the activities based on the structure of the classroom? Let us analyze that. So there are some suggestions for improvement for this example. We commend Teacher Ads for engaging her class in a racing activity. For us to enhance lessons like this, we may take note of the following suggestions on management of classroom structure and activities. Number 1, set clear expectations. Before starting any activity, we may set clear expectations on how learners should perform the activity. Dapat maliwanag yun. Liniliwanag natin sa mga estudyante natin how long this activity would take, what they are expected to do, and how they are expected to perform. Another one, maximize the use of school facilities. We may opt to restructure the classroom for it to become more appropriate for the activities, but if we feel the need for a wider or more flexible space, we may also choose from a range of other physical learning environments. We may use the school covered court, the stage, the school garden, under the shade of a big tree, or any other area away from the four corners of the classroom. So hindi lang tayo limited sa loob ng ating classroom. Any place around the school could serve as a learning facility or learning environment, okay? Kung hindi kakayanin sa loob ng classroom, i-facilitate yung ating activity, we may opt to choose a wider or better learning environment. Number 3, be careful in choosing the activities. There may be different learning activities for a particular lesson, so we have to carefully select those learning activities which engage and lead learners to discovery and manipulations are encouraged. Next one. Be conscious about time. Time plays an important role in managing classroom structure and activities. We may establish routines to go seamlessly from one activity to the next so as to avoid disruptions and time stealers. So, dapat conscious po tayo sa time. Let us try to limit our time according to our lesson plan. Siguraduhin natin that any part of the lesson will not interfere the other parts. Ano? And last one, make safety a priority. In the conduct of the varied activities in any physical learning environment that we prefer to use, we have to make sure that we and our learners are safe while making learning meaningful and fun. Okay? So, laging safety po ang ating priority. If this will cause danger to both teacher and students, especially, we may opt to change or get another or take another activity. Lagi pong safety ang ating priority. So let us have the illustrations of practice. A classroom with a well-managed structure and activities is a task-oriented and predictable environment. When we say classroom, we do not limit ourselves to the four walls of the room. Hindi po laging yung ating classroom ang ating tinutukoy when we say classroom. It can be in any place in school or outside the school where we think the learners can engage in meaningful explorations, discoveries, and hands-on activities. Okay? As proficient teachers, we set up our classrooms in such a way that it facilitates learning while considering our own safety and, of course, the welfare of the learners under our care. We have our set of routines and procedures, which are the tools we use for a smooth flow of the lesson. We maximize our time with our learners by coming up with well-planned, well-thought-through activities. Okay, so we have to make sure that we plan really well and we thought of the activities really well bago natin facilitate sa ating mga estudyante so that we make sure that we maximize our time. Misbehavior in class is not a primary concern because we know that once our learners are engaged in meaningful activities, they have little or no time for misbehavior. If we manage our classroom structure and activities, we also manage the behavior of our learners. Okay? So yung misbehavior po should not be a primary concern. Kasi pag binigyan na nga natin ang ating mga estudyante ng isang activity that engage their interest, yung nakuha agad natin yung kanilang interest, there will be little or no time for misbehavior kasi they will focus on the activity. They would want the activity to get done. So yung misbehavior would not be a primary concern at all. Now let us take a look at the activities that the illustration of practice from PPST resource package. So illustration of practice number 1, managing classroom structure based on activities. How do we manage the structure of our classroom base sa pangangailangan ng ating activity? In this illustration of practice, we will show you a summary of the activities in the lesson plan that is presented in the resource library. You will see suggested classroom structure based on the activities, but this does not mean that you are required to draw the classroom structure and attach it in your daily lesson plan. Okay? May papakita dito ng mga classroom structure, pero hindi po ibig sabihin, kailangan din natin mag-drawing ng ganun para sa ating lesson plan. Okay? This does not also prescribe any classroom structure because the teacher appropriately structures the classroom based on the meaningful activities. And the selected activities also depend on the structure of the classroom. So, depende po sa structure ng ating classroom, depende sa mga chairs na ginagamit natin on our classroom, depende kung gaano kalaki ang ating classroom. So, wala po talagang isang, we don't limit our imagination in structuring our classroom. Hindi natin nililimit yan. Depende po yan sa kung ano ang physical structure ng ating classroom. What we are suggesting here is that as we plan our activities, we also need to bear in mind the structure or the setup of our classroom to make it more facilitative of learning. Okay? So, hindi kailangang pabonggahan ng pag-aayos ng classroom. Hindi po ito pag-aayos ng classroom. It is more on making sure that our classroom structure or setup matches the activity that we plan for our lesson so that it would be facilitative of learning. So let us have this example. In this illustration of practice, we will show you the objectives and activities that Teacher Grace prepared for her grade 2 class. So this is the lesson plan of Teacher Grace for her English 2 class. So meron tayo diyang content standard, performance standard, and the learning competencies or objectives. So the objective is to match the picture to its correct letter patterns, identify words with diphthong, complete the sentences by choosing the correct word with diphthong, show appreciation in reading and writing words with diphthong. Okay? So here are the objectives. Ayan yung mga objectives ni Teacher Grace. So let us see how she executed the lesson. So for the procedures, letter A, reviewing previous lesson or presenting the new lesson. So use I do that is a teacher, we do, teacher and pupils, and you do, that's the pupils in singing the song, The Sailors Met Upon the Sea, in the tune of Old MacDonald. So this is Teacher Grace's review activity, her first activity in her plan. So kantahan, di ba? Grade 2 students. So kanta ng The Sailors Met Upon the Sea in the tune of Old MacDonald. Okay? And then she talks about the song. What is the song all about? What word or sound was repeatedly mentioned in the song? Just to make things clear, there is nothing wrong with Teacher Grace's plan. In fact, the activities that she prepared were appropriate for this classroom structure. So this is how Teacher Grace sets up her classroom. Ito yung classroom structure ni Teacher Grace. This may not be different from the way we set up our own classroom because this allows us to immediately see all our learners. Typically, ganito yung classroom arrangement natin, di ba? Ang ating classroom structure. So, nandiyan yung blackboard natin sa harapan, the table for the materials needed for the day, and then yung mga chairs ng ating mga students. Kasi ito yung typical na setup na gusto natin in a classroom para kita natin lagi lahat ang mga estudyante. However, we can also explore other options. We can always restructure our classroom to make it more facilitative of learning. Okay? What we are going to present next is a suggested classroom structure which can help in enhancing the activities that Teacher Grace originally planned. So this is the suggested classroom structure. Ayan. For Teacher Grace's lesson, she may have this classroom structure in mind as she plans the activities. This U-shaped chair formation encourages participation among learners. In this classroom structure, the floor space in the center may be used to showcase not only the learners' singing ability, but also their dancing ability in the song, The Sailors Met Upon the Sea. So this suggested classroom structure would somehow help the activity. Kasi yung activity ni Teacher Grace is to sing this song, The Sailors Met Upon the Sea. So, eto, pa you, kita niya rin lahat yung mga estudyante. At the same time, may space sa gitna. Diba? Kasi meron siyang I do, we do, and then you do. Diba? So, kakanta siya, para kakanta yung mga estudyante, and let the, kakanta with the students, and let the students sing on their own. Diba? So, parang meron tayo dyang stage for performance. So, thinking about a classroom structure that is appropriate for the meaningful activities gives us a clearer picture of the learning environment that we are going to have with our learners. Now, let us try to see if we can still enhance Teacher Grace's activities with the given classroom structure in mind. So, ito yung next activity ni Teacher Grace. Activity 1, let's pick word fruits. Okay, so let's pick word fruits. So, the story problem, Mother gave Troy 2 baskets. She told him to pick word fruits from their garden and put them according to the basket where they belong. Mother requested him to count the number of word fruits in each basket and their total number after picking them. So what Teacher Grace planned to do here is to prepare a big tree made of cartolina or felt paper and card-like fruits, depending upon the tree and fruits known to the pupils. And then paste the picture to the fruit and its name to the other half. Okay? So, nagawa siya ng mga card-like fruits, tapos linagyan niya ang bawat card-like fruits, na-fold siya into 2, tapos pagbukas, yung kabilang side, Teacher Grace put pictures of fruits or pictures of something, and then on the other half, the name of that of what's in the picture. Okay? So, yung suggestion dito, instead of posting on the board a tree made of cartolina, Teacher Grace may use the plant box near the door to make the fruit picking activity more realistic. It could be her learner's first time to experience fruit picking. So, sa halip na gumawa ng tree, mag-drawing ng tree sa cartolina, pwedeng gamitin natin kung meron tayo dyang plant box sa ating classroom, pwede natin gamitin yung actual tree, diba? Para maging more realistic yung activity. So, this is how you do it. The following steps may be done. She may hang yellow and green mangoes made of paper on the branches of the tree or plant since mangoes are common in the Philippines. Mas kilala ng mga bata. So, titingnan natin kung ano yung mga mas kilala ng mga bata. Learners may be asked to read the word in the fruit they pick and then put the mangoes in the correct baskets for the yellow and the green mangoes. So, yung dalawang basket could be a yellow and green basket. Okay? For yellow fruits and green fruits. Sa yellow mangoes, words like coin, soil, and boil may be written. In the green mangoes, words like boy, toy, and soy may be written. So, pwede di pa din niyang ma-execute yung kanyang purpose of separating words that has an oi sound and words that has oi sound. Okay? So, yun yung kanyang purpose ng kanyang activity. So teacher may also introduce words like ripe and unripe to describe the mangoes. Okay? So meron ding literacy and numeracy skills na na-implement yan sa part ng activity na yan. Okay? Now, in this part, TDAR, Think, Discuss, Act, and Reflect Strategy. This is a group activity naman that was prepared by Teacher Grace. So teacher may ask the learners to go to their respective groups in the conduct of the group activities. Teacher may check on the learners from time to time, assisting them whenever they need help. So on this activity, naglaan si Teacher Grace ng 4 na activity para sa 4 na grupo ng mga estudyante sa klase niya. So ayan yung group 1 para sa group 1, group 2, 3, and 4. Okay? So sa pag-create ng activity, group activities, we can also arrange our classroom structure just like this. This is a suggested classroom structure. So, pwede yan. We separate our students into 8 groups or kung ilang group yung kailangan sa activities nyo, ito-separate nyo na yung mga chair. So, this illustration suggests a structure for a classroom with armchairs. In this room, the teacher establishes a routine for learners to silently move their armchairs from the traditional setup to another setup shown in the figure. Learners start to organize themselves after she mentions, everyone, please go quietly to your groups. Okay? So, kung ang setup ng ating classroom at the start is the traditional setup, pwede natin, when we reach this part of our lesson, pwede natin ipa-arrange sa ating mga estudyante ang mga chairs so that they can facilitate group activities. Another suggested grouping arrangement for a classroom with desk inside. May mga classroom kasi na we don't use armchairs but we use desks, lalo na sa mga primary grades. So this illustration suggests a structure for a classroom with desks inside. Since it is difficult for learners to move their desks to form another setup, the teacher establishes a different routine. So, dahil desk ang ginagamit ng mga estudyante natin, mahihirapan tayo to ask our students to arrange the desk, diba? Para magbuo ng group. So, tayo na yung mag-adjust doon sa part na yon. So, i-group natin according to sino yung magkakalapit. Okay? So, ganun na lang ang gagawin natin na group activity. Para they don't have to move the desk around and they don't have to move around as well. So, manageable yung structure and manageable din ang ating mga learners. Okay? So how do we do this? After saying, everyone please go quietly to your groups, let the learners silently go to the different parts of the classroom to form their groups. Allow 2 groups to go out of the classroom to occupy the hallway because additional space is needed. Establish your own style of sending the learners to form a new structure. They may do this by clapping or singing for as long as the activities do not hinder transfer of learning. Okay? So pwede rin natin i-arrange ang ating mga estudyante. Pwede natin gamitin, halimbawa 2 grupo sa hallway ng classroom, pwede yon para for as long as maximize natin yung group activities. Magkaroon sila ng pagkakataon to group themselves. So, illustration number 2, managing classroom activities based on structure. So, Teacher Ian, a Math 6 teacher in Bicol, encountered difficulty in executing his plans when their school became an evacuation center for the people living in the permanent danger zone near Mount Mayon. They used tents as their classrooms while the evacuees were using the classrooms as temporary shelter. It was the 4th quarter and he had problems with how he could conduct his lessons. In times like these, schools which are used as evacuation sites might have tents which are structures like the one in the figure. So ang problema dito, yung school ginamit na evacuation area. So yung mga classroom ginagamit ng mga evacuees, so yung mga estudyante, they set up tent in the covered court. Tapos, divided by siguro mga karton or whatever that can divide them para magkaroon ng mga classroom. So, typically, ganito ang itsura. So, yung mga classrooms sa gilid ay ginagamit as temporary shelter for evacuees. So, yung covered court ang ginawang classrooms para sa mga estudyante and they are being divided by tents or whatever materials that can separate each class. So, ang klase ni Teacher Ian is about statistics and probability. Ito yung objective niya. Collect data on 1 or 2 variables using any course, construct a pie graph based on a given set of data, and interpret data presented in a pie graph. So here are some of the objectives in math for the fourth quarter. Teacher Ian tried his best to come up with a plan of activities that would realize the given objectives, but he ended frustrated because of the current situation. So mahirap sa situation nila to conduct a class. Imagine mo yung karton lang yung pagitan nyo. Paano ka magdi-discuss doon? Baka hindi ka na marinig ng mga estudyante, di ba? Kasi you can hear each other from other classroom. Dinig na dinig mo yung mga salita ng mga estudyante, yung mga salita ng teacher sa kabilang classroom, di ba? So hindi manageable. So, the suggested activities could be unforgettable for his learners because the teacher made use of the difficult situation to work to his advantage. Ano yung ginawa ni Teacher Ian? So, ito yun. Since Teacher Ian and his learners are in a classroom structure where discussion is almost impossible, the following activities may be suggested. Teacher Ian may make the necessary arrangement for his learners to be able to conduct a short interview or survey with the evacuees, diba? Measures should be taken to ensure safety of the learners. So, pwede na lang yung activity niya is to conduct interviews for his learners to conduct interview with the evacuees. Kailangan lang, we have to make sure that we ensure safety of our learners. Kailangan lang siguradong safe ang mga estudyante natin during the conduct of the activity. He may give out pointers on how to conduct an interview or survey. He may also let the learners write down the guide questions for the interview. These questions may lead the learners to understand the situation of the evacuees better, making them realize how to help the evacuees even in small ways. After the short interview, ask the learners to let the evacuees answer the survey form. The survey form may include questions about the number of evacuees in one room, the number of males and females, the number of children, age range, and the likes. Using the data that they have gathered, he may let the learners present their result in a form of pie graphs. So, dahil nga sa hirap ng situation to conduct class, diba? Na-maximize ni Teacher Ian yung learning opportunity para sa mga estudyante niya with what is present. May mga evacuees. So, ginamit niya na lang niya yung paraan para makapag-conduct ng survey yung mga estudyante niya and do interviews with the evacuees. Since ang kanyang lesson is about probability and statistic, diba? So, na-maximize niya yon. So, having seen how indicator 2.3.2 can be achieved, you are now ready to develop lesson plans, instructional materials, and assessment tools applicable to your teaching context. Okay? So, we just have to make sure that we will be able to show to the observer during our classroom observation. Actually, during our every classroom delivery, kailangan ma-maximize natin yung ating classroom structure according sa activity that we plan for our lesson. Yun ang importante. Manage the structure of our classroom or whatever physical learning environment that we are using to maximize learning. Okay? So, dahil dito, pag naintindihan na natin to how to do this, we can achieve a better score for this objective. And with that, we are now ready for our COT rating sheet. So ito na yung ating COT rating sheet for our objective number 4. And of course, because we always aim to get the highest possible score, so I put up 7 rating there. And we have to make sure always that we have this comment that the teacher was able to meet the objective within the allotted time para sa efficiency naman na sa ating RPMS. With that, we can transfer, ito pala yung IPCRF rating computation natin. So kung mapapansin natin ang ating IPCRF rating computation, isang COT rating na lang ang gagamitin natin. Ano po? Because our objective number 4 should only appear on the third quarter classroom observation. So kung ano yung score mo, equivalent RPMS 5-point scale, yun na yung ating rating for quality and also for efficiency. Okay? So with that, pwede na natin itong i-transfer papunta sa ating RPMS portfolio. So this is our RPMS portfolio. Nalagyan na natin ang objective 1 natin. Nalagyan na natin ang objective 2 natin. Nalagyan na natin ang objective 3. Ngayon, lalagyan na natin ang ating objective number 4. Ayan. So, ilinagay natin dyan yung ating isang COT rating that is from the third quarter classroom observation plus our annotation. For objective 4, which is a classroom observable indicator required only during COT 1 or the third quarter classroom observation, I got a rating of 7, which is equivalent to 5 points in the IPCRF rating under quality. Having a note from my observer that I have met the objective within the allotted time gives me a score of 5 points under efficiency. Okay, so tapos na ating RPMS portfolio. Punta na tayo sa ating IPCRF rating sheet. So lalagyan na natin ng score ang ating COT1 which happened in the third quarter. That automatically gives us 5 points for the quality and then type in 5 points for efficiency. Nagkaroon na tayo ng score doon. Reminder, yung mga naka-violet, hindi po natin yan kailangang pakailaman. Okay? So, that would appear to our objective number 4. Ayan, may points na ang ating objective number 4. And that also puts score on our summary sheet. So, kompleto na ang ating IPCRF. Part 4 is, okay. So, nai-record na natin sa ating RPMS portfolio and ganun din sa ating IPCRF. At yan na po ang kabuuan ng ating video for our objective number 4 for the RPMS tool for Proficient Teachers. So, in short po, kailangan lang po may pakita natin during our classroom observation that we were able to manage the classroom structure so that we can engage our learners into a meaningful discovery and hands-on activities. In group or individually man yan, kailangan ma-engage natin sila into learning. Depende on how we structure our classroom. So, a classroom po is not limited to our physical classroom. Pwede din pong tukuyin na classroom ang ibang place inside or outside the school as our physical learning environment. Okay? So, that's it. Sana po nadagdagan ang inyong kaalaman at na-improve ang ating classroom observation lesson planning para po sa ating RPMS because we always set our goal to getting the highest possible score. Again, there are still available template na makakatulong po para mabuo natin ang RPMS portfolio po natin. All you have to do is to subscribe to our channel and then do a screenshot of your subscription, send it to our Facebook page. Ayan po ang ating Facebook page. Direct message Teacher Racky sa Facebook page na yan po. And specify your request para po ma-accommodate kayo at ma-sendan kayo ng inyong needed templates, okay? So, kung hindi po kalabisan, may I request you to please like our videos kung nagustuhan niyo po itong video na to and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. Importante po yung bell na yan ay napindot nyo sa bell all para po lagi kayong updated sa tuwing mag-upload tayo ng panibagong video para hindi po kayo mahuhuli, okay? Thank you so much for watching. I am always very grateful of your support po. Maraming salamat. God bless you all and keep safe always.